Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the fact that Bitcoin has made fresh lows, coming back down to this level just a few hours ago, retesting $17,500. Now, a lot of this has come off the back of a lot of news surrounding and unfolding today. If you are unaware, there was a huge announcement earlier today by the CEO and founder of Binance, who came out and said that they would be acquiring the exchange FTX. And FTX, over the last 24 hours, has seen a huge surplus of withdrawal requests, totaling up to $6 billion in assets, and earlier this morning they went ahead and paused all withdrawals. Now, this was started by all the rumors picking up over the last few days that FTX was insolvent. Now, given how they just went to their biggest competitor to arrange some sort of deal to protect the users' funds, I am willing to believe that they are insolvent, and although it is unconfirmed, I really do believe that FTX has a huge hole to fill in terms of money in several billions of dollars, which is why they went to Binance in the first place instead of just raising money. Now, all of this has caused a huge crash in the token price of FTT, which is the native token to the FTX exchange. And basically that has dropped from just a few days ago, really at $25 down to $2 just a few hours ago. So that's the most recent news surrounding the cryptocurrency environment. It is a lot, and it has caused Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest of the altcoins to have a pretty significant drawback. You can see right here that Bitcoin has started to make fresh lows. We've come back down to the level around $17,500, which comes below the low that we made back here in June, around $17,600. So just a retest of that level as of right now. Bitcoin has not broken down or significantly made lower lows yet, but that could obviously change going here into the next few days and weeks, especially if the situation with FTX really starts to get progressively worse. And that could happen, say, if the deal with Binance starts to fall apart and Binance no longer wants to acquire FTX. And that could certainly happen, especially because their agreement between Binance and FTX is not legally binding. Nothing's actually finalized yet. So if that does fall apart, that could really hurt some users. That could really start to have a negative impact on Bitcoin and the rest of the market. But for that scenario, we're really just going to have to wait and see over the next few days how that deal starts to play out. Now, I do want to talk about some of the more technical stuff on the chart, and specifically, I want to switch over here to a weekly chart because I think there's a very important pattern playing out where Bitcoin is starting to retest the 300-week simple moving average. So the 300-week average is going to be this yellow line on the chart. And because we're going to be looking at some of these longer term moving averages, I do want to switch over to a different chart that does include a little bit more price history. So I'm going to go to the all-time history index. And with this, you can really see how the 300-week average has only been tested one other time in history, and that was during the capitulation in March of 2020. It started to form right here in April of 2016 after we had 300 weeks of price action to actually get this moving average. So there's only been one other retest in history, and that was again during that capitulation in March of 2020, which did in fact mark the bottom. So now switching over here into the shorter term time frame, zooming in here, you can see that the 300-week average is coming in around $18,000. We did have a wick going back below that, and as of right now, the candle body is well above this. However, there is no confirmation yet. The weekly candle does not close for several more days. So it's going to be really important to watch for that weekly close coming here into the next few days, especially considering that we could have some extreme volatility ahead of us. So if we do hold support off this moving average, similar to how we did during that March 2020 crash, this could be the level where buyers in demand start to step in. This could be the area where we form some sort of double bottom. Again, much further out, but this is the bullish scenario. This is the bullish argument I see, which would be support at the 200-week average, support at the previous low from June, and support off of the previous cycle's all-time high around $20,000, which still has not technically been broken. Yes, we've had a lot of price action under $20,000 in that 18 to 19K region, but we really haven't broken structure. We really haven't flipped that level into resistance. And I will remind you, just a few days ago, Bitcoin was around $21,000. So that being said, I really can't confidently say we've lost support because we're still above the 300-week simple moving average. We're still technically holding that low from back here in June. Yes, we did make a slightly lower low, but as of right now, the candle close of the candle body is well above that region. And as far as the previous market cycle high, we haven't exactly flipped that level into resistance. We haven't rejected off of that as of right now. That could obviously change going out into the next few weeks, especially if the situation surrounding FTX does start to get worse. But as far as my thoughts go as of right now, I really do have to respect that this is still support until proven otherwise. This is still the support level that held back here in the March 2020 crash when everyone thought the world was ending. And as of right now, I wouldn't say that there is any true breakdown. Now, if we do get a breakdown and the weekly candle closes under this region, we lose the previous cycle's all-time high definitively, The next longer term region I'm going to be looking out for is the 2019 high, which is around $14,000. I will have some bids set at that level because I do believe that longer term this would be a great opportunity to accumulate Bitcoin. Not saying we have to go all the way down there. There is certainly no guarantee that we get a move there, but I would like to be prepared in that event. I really do see longer term value in Bitcoin at today's prices, and especially so at $14,000 if that's the next level we're headed back down to. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. By the way, I would like to make a statement about the fact that in the previous videos I have talked about and promoted the exchange FTX.us, which is apart and separate from FTX. They are still processing withdrawals over there, but I do want to conclude that partnership in the fact that I do not want to promote anything that could potentially have issues with customer funds. So I did want to address that. I did want to apologize for the fact that I did promote an exchange in which, as of right now, I'm very questioned about. So there is no longer going to be that partnership. And I think this is a great message overall to state that if they're not your private keys, they're not your actual cryptocurrency. So I would definitely recommend, if you are storing cryptocurrency for a long-term investment, then I would recommend a hardware wallet. That is the safest approach of all, and self-custody is something I strongly recommend. I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. It's a little bit different than usual. I focused a little bit on the news, but I still like to talk about some of these technical indicators like the 300-week average, like these previous zones of support and resistance. I hope you guys did enjoy the content. As always, I'll see you in the next one.